At 2 o'clock in the morning, a scientist jolted awake from a dream, convinced that the secret of the nervous system had just whispered itself to him. For decades, no one truly understood how nerves spoke. When you flinched from pain, when your heart sped up in fear, when a thought sparked into motion, what actually carried that message? Many believed nerves worked like wires, electricity jumping cleanly from cell to cell. Elegant, mechanical, and wrong. Or so one man began to suspect. Germany, 1921. The world was still bruised from war. In a quiet laboratory, Otto Loewi paced alone, unable to sleep. His dream replayed itself again and again, a fragile idea he feared might vanish by morning. So he acted. In the dark, with trembling hands, he set up an experiment using 2 frog hearts, one still beating under nerve control, the other isolated and silent. He stimulated the nerve of the first heart. Instantly, its rhythm slowed. But then something unexpected happened. Loewi took the fluid bathing that first heart and poured it over the second. No nerve touched it. No electrical spark jumped. And yet, the second heart slowed too. The room must have felt impossibly still in that moment. Because if this was real, if this held, then nerves weren't just electrical wires. They were messengers. Something invisible had crossed the gap. A chemical signal, released by the nerve, drifting through fluid, carrying instruction like a whispered command. Loewi had captured it in motion, proof that nerves speak using substances, what we now call neurotransmitters. Midway through the night, the mystery deepened. If nerves released chemicals, how many existed? How precise were they? Could a single molecule alter a heartbeat, a memory, a mood? The implications exploded outward. This discovery didn't just explain nerves, it redefined life itself. Thought was no longer abstract. Emotion was no longer unknowable. They were chemistry, released in perfect timing, binding to cells like keys fitting locks. The nervous system was not a machine, it was a conversation. Years later, Loewi would win the Nobel Prize. But that night, alone with 2 frog hearts and a fleeting dream, he did something far greater. He gave humanity its first clear answer to how the body speaks to itself. Every heartbeat you feel, every thought you think. Every fear, every joy, carried by chemical whispers across microscopic gaps. If this story sparked your curiosity, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. And tell us in the comments, what discovery do you think changed how we understand ourselves the most?